Hi guys, this is Julissa. Thank you everybody for coming back to my channel. It is Tuesday evening, March 16, 2021. So I just wanted to come here real quick, guys, and because I don't want this day to go by. I feel like there's a lot that have been happening, especially this Sunday night. As you guys know, Sunday night was the Grammys, and the thing is, like, if we as Christians don't say, wait a second, something was off here, something is wrong, we shouldn't be, if we don't go and kind of like fight it, the kingdom of darkness, in the sense that we all know God gave us the victory, but it's not for us to just sit and be passive and be like, okay, whatever. Like, you have to speak up and you have to share the gospel, and you have to point it out to people to see. What happened at the Grammys, among many other things, guys, was a complete disgrace. It's just crazy how now this is so, like, everybody has been brainwashed to see this type of performance. And by the performance, I'm talking about the one that Cardi B did with the other lady. I think her name was Megan. To see them two performing, and the thing is, like, I actually did research on it because I didn't want to come here and not be able to share my opinion on it. It's just crazy that everything is being allowed these days. And you come here and you try to tell people and open their eyes and stuff. People are so brainwashed. This is why performances like they did are getting millions and millions of views, and nobody's saying anything about it. People thought it was great. And I remember years back when I was really writing on my blog and things like that, I wrote about a performance that Beyonce did with her now husband Jay-Z, and I was pointing out how the ladies now performing, it's hard to find any artist performing now singing in regular clothes. Everybody has to come out and show a lot of skin, and basically just wearing a bathing suit, almost like just underwear, and just coming out and performing. And that's okay. And people are, and when I mean people, I'm including people that know about Christ too, like fellow Christians, because we are just accepting everything up and down. And by me accepting it, it's like we're not saying anything. We're not saying anything about it. And for that song, what's the song that won like so many awards with that lady? I think it's called Savage. I mean, the cursing on that song and what it says and what it stands for, and then I see people having their kids dance to that song. It's just so sad. Those are just works of the devil, guys. That type, like, God doesn't call you to be singing stuff like that in anywhere in the Bible. God doesn't call you for ladies to be performing like that, being naked on the stage, making sexual remarks. That doesn't in any way, that's a fruit of the Spirit. One, that is not from God. Okay, so if it's not from God, guys, it's from the devil. It's as simple as that. If it's not coming from God, it's coming from the devil. And for people to say, oh, you're just looking at it very critical. I mean, I had posts because I've been doing a lot of online things for many years now, and when I share my opinion about how the ladies, the singers, are dressed and they look so like not modest at all, just almost like streetwalker, just almost naked performing, people will say, there are Christians who will comment on my stuff and say, well, think about going to see kids doing gymnastic and things like that. I mean, you're missing the point completely. You're missing the entire point. People are looking at the song and saying, it's a song that won a Grammy. Why are you going against it? Well, that's, we as Christians, that's what we should do. We should point out the works of the devil. Because I'm telling you guys one thing, as much as I sit here and talk about the end of times and like how everything that's happening is just another sign that Jesus is coming back very soon, we all know, I feel like in the church, and I'm including myself, instead of us getting more ready to be closer with God and being ready for that return that we have been waiting forever. And I don't mean it like we've been waiting like finally, nothing like that, but I'm saying like generations and generations, we know that Jesus is coming back. All I'm saying is that even so, we know that the times there are signs and things like that. I feel like the most prepared person for Christ's turn is the devil, because he's not wasting any time. He's gonna put it out there, anything to keep you from paying attention to Christ and to changing your life around. And to see performance like Cardi B and the other, and Megan Thee Stallion, I think that was her name. Let me just correct that before I say the whole thing. To see them performing like that, and for people to say that was great and she's amazing, yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, like, it's just insane. It just tells you, it reveals to you what the world we're living in these days. So I really hope that you didn't, none of your kids watch that. I mean, it's even hard for anybody to watch it, because that's, it's like pornography. Like, it stays in your eyes, it stays in your memory forever. You have to combat it with the Holy Spirit. You have to fast and you have to pray against it. Okay, so all I'm saying is, guys, it's hard to see everything and still almost like to kind of like, you feel like shaking somebody and say, do you know about Christ, you know about the cross. Yeah, you sit there and you think that's okay, and they're such a great musicians. And that's the issue that I had. I think, yeah, last year, right, when Jennifer Lopez came out with Shakira and they did the Super Bowl. I just couldn't believe it, guys. The amount of Christian people that are my friends on Facebook, I mean, including pastors, guys. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because let me just tell you something. People are watching you. You might be the only Christ people know. And for you to see performance like Shakira and Jennifer Lopez did at the Super Bowl last year, and for you to put on your Facebook saying how proud you feel of them because they're in the Super, are you kidding me? And it was like a big revelation to me, because believe it or not, people, what they talk about, it reveals what they are, where their mind is. People can sit and dress up every Sunday and preach the gospel, but then they're putting up this lady who was doing the works of the devil. And this is the biggest issue right now. It's just that no matter what, we want to talk about Christ and whatever, we have one foot on the church and the other foot on the world, and we feel like, I feel like a lot of people feel like they're just wearing a costume every time they want to talk about Christ. So it's not really like a relationship with Christ. It's almost like a pretend. And I think what I saw last year, people posting they're so proud because they're Latinas doing their thing at the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? I mean, before they were Latinas, they're two women created by God. And the way they were behaving and they're dancing and things like that, that's not that's not what God called you to do. And this, and I understand we cannot expect holiness from people like that, but all I'm saying is I expect a different type of opinion from somebody who calls themselves a Christian, who invites people to church, who tells people about the return of Christ, and they turn around and celebrate the works of the devil. This is where I was coming from. That happened last year. This year we have the Grammys now. These two performances, completely craziness. I don't recommend you researching it. Just imagine like these two performances dancing like that. It's almost like people say you have to, this is the thing that people say to women now. You have to show them what God gave you. You have to be fierce. You have to be proud of who you are by showing your body, being naked on the stage. That makes you proud. If anything, that makes you so weak and insecure, because you have to take everything off just to get kind of like an applause from people. So that was my message for today, guys. All I'm saying, it's a little hard to even talk about it, because it's like one thing after the other. There's so many works of the devil, and that's what I'm saying. It feels like He's the one that's most ready for Christ's return, because he's obviously not wasting any time. He's putting everything out there, trying to grab people's attention, to get more people to just, condemn their life and spend their entire life, eternity, in hell with him. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel, and thank you for watching. I hope everybody's having a great week. Good night.